Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1552.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about cheaper condos, but they still may not be a bargain. This is an article from CNBC that was very interesting, talking about price trends in condominiums, but you have to take into account all of the expenses when comparing them to the cost of owning a home. This was written by Mike Winters, and it says, condo prices are falling, but a bargain isn't guaranteed. It's all in the math. Condominium prices have gotten cheaper in recent months, but that doesn't automatically make them a bargain. In July, condos and co-ops in the U.S. sold for a median price of $349,186, down 2.1% from a year earlier, according to Redfin sales data. Over the same period, the median price of a single-family home rose 1.4% to $466,396. Redfin defines condos as individually owned units inside of multi-unit buildings, such as apartments. With condos, buyers get ownership of their individual unit along with a share of the building's common areas. Owners typically pay monthly dues to a homeowners association that manages maintenance, insurance, and larger repairs of their building. While condo prices may be falling, there are usually a number of hidden costs that buyers still have to pay. Rising HOA dues, insurance premiums, and new reserve requirements are already discouraging buyers, and in many cases, these higher costs are baked into the lower sales prices, according to Redfin. Why are condo prices dropping? The price drop for condos is largely driven by oversupply, according to Redfin. As of May, there were about 80% more condo sellers than buyers. In that month, active condo listings climbed to their highest level in a decade, and homes took longer to sell than in any May since 2015. It's a slow housing market across the board, but condos have been hit particularly hard, said Boston area real estate agent Aditi Jain. Florida and Texas stand out with some of the steepest declines in price, driven by a surge in supply. In Florida, that trend is amplified by higher monthly costs for prospective buyers, including rising HOA dues, surging insurance premiums, and new reserve rules that require associations to set aside more for repairs. Nationally, costs are climbing as well. The median HOA fee rose roughly 13% between April of 2024 and April of 2025, climbing to $143 according to Realtor.com. That said, the condo market over the past year is uneven. In many large cities in the Midwest and Northeast, condo prices have posted single-digit gains, in contrast to the double-digit price drops in Florida and Texas. Even with lower sticker prices, agents say condos can carry extra costs that add up quickly. HOA dues, insurance, and the risk of special assessments for major repairs can leave condo owners paying as much or more than they would for a detached house. Condos also tend to sell at a premium on a per square foot basis, according to Redfin, which means buyers often get less space for the money. I once had a client fall in love with a $450,000 condo that was $150,000 cheaper than the nearby townhome, said Evan Harlow, a Maui-based real estate agent. But when we added the $900 monthly HOA fee, the long-term affordability was almost exactly the same. And beyond the math, the buyer pool for condos can be smaller, which can make it harder to sell later. A lot of condo associations don't allow buyers with FHA loans, which is limiting sales. Two of my clients who want to buy a condo have had to back out of a purchase because they couldn't get financing, according to Jane. Condos can still be a good fit for first-time home buyers or buyers who value convenience and location, according to the National Association of Realtors. That's because they're often concentrated in urban areas where detached homes are either scarce or far more expensive. condos can be a great entry point for a new buyer. You're often getting into a better location with amenities you couldn't afford in a single-family home. The trick is to make sure the building is financially sound and well run, because that's what keeps costs predictable, said McT, a real estate agent in South Florida. But even then, buyers have to weigh all of the ongoing expenses. It's all in the math, says Duchamp. A condo with low upfront costs can end up costing more if the HOA fees and reserves aren't solid. That means looking past the sticker price and reviewing HOA financials, understanding what the dues cover, and asking whether insurance or assessments are likely to climb in the future, says Harlow. Yeah, these are all good points. You have to look at all of the expenses when you're considering home ownership. Condos can afford you some conveniences, such as being able to lock up your place if you travel or are away from home a lot. But there can be some hidden costs that you need to look into to make sure that it's worth what you're paying for. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.